Welcome back to the channel, guys. This is Slight. Today we are going to be putting on a couple accessories on the Grom. So he actually commutes this. I think he's like, let's say a half hour of actually riding this. It's probably less than that, maybe 20 minutes. But now that he's getting into more of the fall, we put on the handguards, but to add more protection for him for colder weather, we're gonna end up putting on the windshield. That's what we're gonna end up tackling today. This one is from T-Rex Racing. So he ended up going with the tinted one, so it's pretty much like so. And then it comes with all your brackets and your hardware, right? And of course your instructions. All right, so as you're probably aware, how I like to do things is I like to open it up, make sure I have everything, right? They normally give you instructions in the kit. Like this instruction is actually pretty easy, visual as well as step by step, right? So pretty much everything that I do is I make sure the actual parts and stuff are here available. We have everything. We're going to continue on. The kit is for 2021 to 2022. It will fit the 2023 as well. It's the exact same headlight. Okay, so most windshields use the bar. This one actually uses the top clamp, which is kind of weird, but I mean, I get it. And that's why this is like so, right? So it wiggles its way away from that, and then that will be up at the top. The bottom mounts over by where the headlight bracket is. It faces down, so I'm just gonna prep it up. So we're gonna go here. So basically how that works is this is gonna go here, right? That's for these. It's going to use the 15 millimeter spacer, right? So here and here, and then that is basically gonna be the top. Okay, so we're gonna have to take these little cap things off first. They do state to put medium strength thread lock compound. They want you to remove these bolts and the bolts down here. So these two and one back here, these two and one back there. And as with every installation on anything, you basically you hand tighten it, keeping it loose, so then you still have some wiggle room. So that goes here. That bolt in the washer here, this is the spacer, and that will go down at the bottom here. And then these four are for the shield itself. So a little pick screwdriver works. So all that is just a little cap. So the top clamp is going to be an H6 or a 6 mil hex. We're going to do one at a time, that way it doesn't move. Okay. Spacer. And don't forget the blue Loctite. All you need is a little bit. Bracket. And all we're going to do is, again, put this in lightly. We're not going to be doing overall torque. Torque is done afterwards. There are torque specs for it. We are going to be measuring that. Again, two spacers, blue Loctite, and hand tight. So they do still move, right? We're just setting it up so we can get the actual brackets on. Okay, so the top bracket of the headlight, you have to take that out, and that is going to be an H5. Just a little tiny guy, right? Okay, so that's what this bracket is. We're gonna put some blue Loctite on this as well. And we're going to do the same thing on the other side. Blue Loctite again. Okay, so pretty much this is actually set up that it has the rubber grommets, but you still need to grab these spacers, putting them in. So the metal, it's hard to see, but the metal spacer there, and then there's going to be another metal spacer on the other side, which is going to be these little ones. Okay, and then once that happens, so these are like that, so that'll kind of squeeze it, and then that is where you'll put that on. So the screw itself will go in, hold these two, and then go on the back side of that. So here, in through that, and then in through the top. Now they do have the collars on that, so you don't really need to put blue Loctite on those ones. Now, even without it actually like tightened down, it is actually pretty sturdy already. So we're gonna now torque these down. So the actual torque specs for these ones and the bottoms, I don't know if you really need to torque them. They do have the locker collars on that side, but up at the top mount, you're gonna want to tighten that up to 15 foot-pounds. That's that one. Okay, so that's 15 foot-pounds. So that up top was a 12 mil. This one's going to be, it looks like a 10 mil and a H4 at the front. And just hand tight, right? Same thing with these little guys. They are going to be actually smaller. It's going to be probably an H3, so give me a second. Yeah, so that's an H3. I'm just going to use just this little tiny ratchet that I have because you're not going to want to tighten that too much. Just like kind of a wrist strength. Same thing on this side. And again, you're going to drive it for 30K or 20 miles and just make sure everything's snug. So as far as accessories go, T-Rex Racing has always made things very easy and to follow and very easy to actually install. Love the company. They do a fantastic job with explaining things and kind of making it visual as well as a written how-to kind of guide. Anyways, so that is the front shield. That should give him a little bit more wind protection. Again, he's not going any speed. It's just when it gets nice and cold, it's a little bit better to have a little bit of protection to kind of, you know, keep you a little bit warmer. But again, he does do extended driving. Like, this isn't just like a fun bike for him. He actually uses this as kind of like a commuter. So anyways, yeah, if you do like this channel, if you like this content, give me a thumbs up, like and subscribe. And until next time, guys.